When things get financially challenging, one of the first things that people cut out of their budgets is self-care and personal care. And this is a big part of what's going on in the United States right now. Things are getting very challenging and people are giving up on the things that make them feel good and things like personal grooming, except apparently hair removal. Apparently that's recession proof, but anything else, people are already starting to cut back on. So what we're doing in this video is we're going to be talking about what personal care, personal grooming, and self-care cost in Mexico versus the United States. This was actually inspired by a Facebook thread that I recently saw a lot of my friends and colleagues back in the United States saying how much they were paying for personal care. Some of them were paying up to $1,000 a month for getting their hair done, their nails, waxing, all that kind of stuff in the United States. And my jaw dropped because I am paying a fraction of
and
that.
We like
in
to
Mexico.
take care of ourselves.
We do.
We love to
Yes.
take care of ourselves. We love to get massages. We like to get our nails done, mostly you.
The nails is me.
Yeah, but like haircuts and beard and everything else.
We're also spa junkies.
We are.
Yeah.
We are.
We're spa junkies.
And thermal spas and all the nice little things that make life worthwhile, right?
We work hard and then we relax hard.
Welcome to Entrepreneur Expat. On this channel, we talk about all things moving and living and working and making money overseas and how to live your best life as an expat and an entrepreneur, just like we do here in Mexico. Make sure to like this video and give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed this content after watching it. That helps us with our mission of sharing this type of content with 1 million entrepreneur expats and aspiring entrepreneur expats. And definitely subscribe and click that bell so that you don't miss a single video. We've got a lot of great content coming out 3 times a week or more, and we want to make sure that you are up to date and that you don't miss a single money-making or money-saving tip here on this channel.
And if you are interested in moving to Mexico, make sure to download our Moving to Mexico guide below. It's completely free. It'll give you kind of like the starting points for moving to Mexico. It could be applied to any country really, but Mexico is below. And not only will you get the free guide, you'll also be added to our email list where you will be the first to know when we start doing events, when we have product launches, things like that. And in addition to that, anybody who signed up for our email list right now is currently going through our Let's Move Overseas series, which walks you through everything you need to know about visas, residency requirements, making money online, and it's completely free and you will get it via email below. So make sure to subscribe for that. So let's get started, right? We have Americans paying like hundreds of dollars, $1,000 a month for personal care. And my jaw dropped when I saw that. But then I remembered what I was paying in the United States, $60 for a basic haircut, over $100 every time I went to go get my nails done, $50 every time I went to go get a wax.
$60 for a women's haircut is actually pretty cheap. I was paying that for a haircut, or sometimes, if I was really lucky, a haircut and beard trim in the US. So that's even on the lower end, I think, for women for haircuts.
I mean, recently I found YouTube videos of women paying $5,000 for like an acrylic manicure 3x long, had crystals on it. I mean, that's an extreme. But on average, even on average, when I saw that Facebook thread, it was a lot of women were saying between waxing, hair coloring, nails, maybe a facial once a month because you gotta take care of your skin. I think like something with their eyebrows, I forgot what it was. It was like $1,000 a month.
Jeez.
That they were spending every single month. And the thing is, when things get economically crunched like they are in the United States, you can't be spending that kind of money on your own personal. People are going to start doing their own damn nails at that point. So let's talk about what we're paying for this stuff in Mexico, because might have y'all wanting to move to Mexico.
So I'll start with one of my favorites, which is getting a massage. We like to get a massage at least once every other week. We were doing it once a week, but we kind of ran out of time, to be honest. But we have a masseuse that actually she comes over to our house once every week or other week, depending on our schedule. Yeah, she's amazing. Not only is she a masseuse, but she's also a homeopathic doctor. I think she's like a some type of alternative medicine doctor as well. She also does facials. I think she can also do nails, but usually we'll do like massages and sometimes facials. She does Reiki. And if we're just getting the basic massage, we're spending about 500 pesos on that, which as of today's exchange rate would be around $26, 25, $26. And compare that, that's an hour-long massage. Compare that to
And
the
she comes to your
US, and she
house.
comes to your house. You get an in-home masseuse in the US, you're easily talking like $100 to $150 an hour, depending on where you live.
Yeah, so massages, or if you go to the spas, you're paying around the same. Sometimes you
Sometimes
can get
less.
sometimes less depending on what promotions and things they have going on, and they're really good. They're very, very good at what they do. Speaking of spas, because we're spa junkies, one of the things that we like to do is, for example, we'll go to Lake Chapala, and we actually did a video on this that you can check out, and we will go to the thermal spas.
Oh,
So
those are great.
those are awesome. If you're in the Guadalajara area, Lake Chapala area, definitely go check out the thermal water spas in San Juan, Cosala. It's natural water that comes from the mountains, straight from the ground. It comes hot, and you can go to, there's several different spas that you can go to. The one that we like to go to, I think for the both of us, it was only like at the time of that
Less than
exchange rate.
$100.
Now it would be less than $100 for the both of us, and you literally just spend all day there in the different thermal jacuzzis.
And they had like a lavender one. They had one with oatmeal, one with red wine. So you've got this thermal water where they mix things in so it like smells and feels amazing, and it just totally replenishes your skin. And it was $50 each for the entire
And that
day.
was the expensive one,
Yeah.
because there's another one where they allow families and kids, and they actually switch out what's in the thermal water. So they might have red wine this month and coffee the next month. That one's even less expensive, and you have a view of the lake, which is a beautiful lake. So we like doing those kinds of things. And again, you can find deals and promotions and things like that that spas and hotels and all of that have. But overall, it really doesn't cost that much money. And I think one of the things that's interesting about Mexico is because of the pre-Hispanic culture that still exists in Mexico, you can find things like temazcales, which are
Like
sweat
sweat
lodges
lodges and
and
other
things
types
like
of
that.
things.
And you can find a lot of herbal remedies. You can find a lot of these holistic self-care things very easily. It's
Yep.
everywhere and at a very decent price.
So let's talk about hair. I go to the barber shop about once every 2 to 3 weeks. I usually just forget. It'd be nice if they had a little bit more automation for reminding you when your appointment is or when you need to come in next. But I'll go about once every 3 weeks. And I think the last time I went, I did the haircut and the beard, which was like, it was called the beard ritual, where they do like hot vapor machine and hot towel, and then they put like different stuff on your face and do a whole shave and then put a cold towel, and it's like a whole process. So that was 180 pesos, which is about $10. Another $10 or so, another 180 pesos, Mexican pesos, for the haircut. And they do a really, really good job. I mean, it's, it got me looking pretty fly
sharp.
here, So that same thing in the US easily. I mean, back when I lived in Austin 6 years ago, maybe even a little more, I remember paying about $50 to $60 for a haircut and I guess basic beard trim. Now it's probably closer to 75 or 80 for all that, depending
What
on
was
where you
it that
are.
they wanted to charge you in LA last year? Remember that you were looking for like a barber shop
Oh,
where
yeah, in LA, and this wasn't even in Santa Monica. This was like in the valley, by my mom's house. I was looking at haircuts, and this one place was charging over $85 for a basic haircut. I'm like, what are you gonna do to my hair? Like, are you gonna sprinkle it with gold? Like $85? That's insane.
And then
Yeah.
for me, I'll probably go every 3 months or so, and I don't do coloring or anything like that, so I can't give you the answer for coloring at the moment,
You
but
like
I
to
can find.
protect your
I
your
do. I
hair.
like to. I like my natural color. I don't want to. I also don't want to fry my hair. So there's
Yeah.
that. But anyway, just for a basic haircut, but they always put in a free treatment of some kind. So for example, I'm not used to very dry weather. It's very dry in Guadalajara, and my hair and skin were not reacting very well to it because I'm used to humidity.
Hmm.
So she saw that. She was, let me do a treatment, moisturizing treatment for your hair because your hair and skin are just like angry right now with the
Yeah.
with the change in climate and all that kind of stuff. So with a haircut, a wash, they style it, and a treatment, it was 210 pesos. How much
Yeah,
is
so
that?
about 13, $14
13,
US.
14 bucks. Yeah. Yeah. And they'll style it and everything.
Yeah, and that in the US would easily be upwards of $100.
Well, it was 60 bucks just to cut my damn hair.
Yeah. And not to mention the treatment and everything else. You add another 100
Mm-hmm.
at least. So, yeah, what about nails?
So nails. When I was getting my nails done in the United States, this was 2019 because when the pandemic happened, I just stopped doing my nails. I just started doing them at home with a little gel polish and gel machine you just get from Amazon, and I never kind of really went back to doing my nails very often. But in 2019, I would get a gel manicure and then I would do a regular pedicure to save money because I figured if A, I work from home, and B, a lot of the times you're wearing closed toe shoes, then a pedicure lasts longer than a manicure because you're constantly using your hand. And it was over like $100 something.
Yeah, compared to 15 or less.
Well,
Here.
that was for both. $100 something for both.
Oh, wow. So it's like a tenth, basically.
Yeah. And then what's interesting is on that Facebook post, I saw people saying that they were going to go get, like they were being charged, like they were starting to get charged like an extra $15, $20 for gel because of inflation in the United States and stuff like that, and salons having
Please
to pay
bring
their
the gel.
leases.
Bring the gel back down. We need gel.
And they were complaining.
I think that Kamala should add. I mean, insulin was great and everything, but we got to bring the prices of gel down.
Gel nail polish.
If you're listening, Kamala, very, very important political item. You're going to get a lot of votes.
Well, inflation hit the nail salons.
We're not going to vote for Kamala anyway, but if you're listening, forget about insulin. Work on the gel.
Inflation hit the nail salon, so now they're charging 15, 20 bucks just to get gel instead of a regular manicure, and that's what prompted that Facebook post. Was someone had gone and was like, what the hell, you want to charge 15, $20 for gel? Like, gel is basic now.
What the hell?
Gel is basic now. It's not like it was several years ago where it was more expensive and difficult to get your hands on. Like now it's just basic to have
What
gel.
are we slinging uranium here? What's going on? I don't understand.
That's actually what prompted the Facebook post is
Yeah.
how much extra salons were starting to charge for gel. And they're like, how much are you all paying for gel manicures and pedicures? So
This is above my pay grade.
yeah, so me, when I go get my nails done, it's usually every 2 weeks. Sometimes I'll get something more neutral depending on how busy I am and just extend it
The
out
last time they did it
3
was
weeks.
really cool. They put little gold streaks in it. That was nice. And they didn't even charge you extra for that.
Yeah, I'll get there, right? Because
Ah.
that you bring up a very good point. So if I were to do like the basic gel mani-pedi, like not spa style because I'm in a hurry and I'm trying to get out of there, 20 bucks. If I do like the spa version where like they're doing the full pedicure and massage and mask and all that stuff, 30 bucks. Total, not each, total.
Yeah. When I get my pedicure done, I think she does the full treatment and like it's the scrub and the soak and the nails and I like, I like taking care of myself and I love to be pampered. Especially here when it's so affordable and accessible. We don't even have to get in a car to go to the
Oh, yeah, we
spa
walk
or
3
the
doors
nail
over.
place. It's literally catty corner to us. It's a 3-minute walk, and we just walk in, and it's great. And they do the massage and the exfoliant and the whole nine. And
They even did Daisy's. Daisy got a
yeah,
manicure
Daisy,
the other day.
we were joking with the nail people, and we said we got to show. Maybe we show them a picture. on the
Erica's
vi-
gonna have
we'll
to
put,
send me
we'll
the
put-
video.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
see if we can put this video up there. But
Peter's gonna come after us.
we were at the spa, and I just joked with them, and I said, "Oh, what if we did Daisy's nails?" And she's like, "Okay, yeah, we could do her nails." And she picked out this like hot pink color with gel so Daisy wouldn't eat
Daisy
it.
put her
And
paw
she
in the little-
painted her nails, and Daisy put her little paw in the machine, and she got pink nails done. And they didn't even charge me extra for that.
No, they didn't charge.
I was
for
just
Daisy.
joking.
They didn't
I
charge
was
for
totally
Daisy's
joking
manicure.
with her, but yeah.
They didn't charge.
And Daisy looked fabulous. She
And
looked
then
great.
to your point, if you're doing a French, if you're doing designs, things like that, they don't charge extra.
Sometimes they do.
Sometimes they do, but not usually. So
Yeah.
sometimes I go in there and I'm like, listen, what how can we have some fun today? Like, what can we, right? And she has fun with my nails.
Mhm.
And we just have a good time and catch up with everybody. And what I like about the salons here is that a lot of them are family owned businesses. So it feels very homey.
Yeah.
I like that. You know, a
Yeah,
lot
you
of,
get to chismosear.
yes, I get to be a chismosa. Find out what's going on in the neighborhood with everyone's boyfriends and all that stuff and how they all want to marry foreigners.
Yep, so if you guys are single and looking at coming here to
The
Guadalajara,
ladies want you.
we've got some ladies. We'll make sure we
The
set you up on
Mexican
some
ladies want
dates.
the foreigners, according to what I hear at the nail salon. All right, so let's talk about healthcare. It's not technically, self-care and personal grooming, but it is very important. Your teeth, your eyes.
Oh yeah, for
You know,
sure. I mean, we have an eye doctor. I don't really need glasses that much. I mean, I have a very, very low, prescription on my glasses. Yours,
I'm blind.
she's almost completely blind
I'm wearing
without
contacts right
contacts.
now.
But we have an eye doctor that comes to our house, doesn't charge us anything for the house call. And I think how much did you pay for like an entire 6 months of contacts?
I don't even know. I don't remember.
It was like less than a couple $100.
What I can tell you is
Yeah.
total between the two of us. You got new glasses, I got new glasses, plus I got contacts that'll last me longer than 6 months because I work from home, so I wear my glasses a lot. Was like less than $300 for everything, and you got
For both of us.
for both of us, and you got bells and whistles.
Oh yeah, these are transitions and everything.
Yeah,
So.
you got bells and whistles with your stuff. Mine, he had to redo it a couple times because I'm blind, so we had to make some adjustments with house calls. And getting everything done, it was like $300 for both of us.
Yeah, and that would have been, I mean, first of all, house call, forget it. But even going to like an eye doctor in the U.S., all of that probably would have been
My last eye
a lot
appointment in the
more.
United States was almost $1,000
Just for you.
just for me.
Yeah. So you're saving, what is it? It'd be a sixth. So you're saving over 80% on, so I would say like roughly 70 to 80% on anything to do with like eye care.
And that was buying glasses, that was buying contacts, that was the exam. It was almost $1,000.
Yep. And then in terms of if you ever get sick, you ever get the sniffles or something, you want to go and see a doctor, well, we've got a pharmacy actually there's a couple, but the one that's closest is about a 10-minute walk from here. You go to the pharmacy, you pay about $3 US for an appointment to see a doctor. Right then, there's a doctor that works at the pharmacy, $3 or $4 US. You see the doctor within about 15 minutes, and they will write you a prescription or give you a cream, or if it's something more comprehensive, maybe give you a referral. You should go see this type of specialist or whatever. But most minor things like a stomach bug or some type of allergies or a cold or some sort of virus that's a little bit more serious that maybe needs some medicine or antibiotics or anything like that, they will actually prescribe that for you on the spot. You pay the cost of medicine, which usually isn't going to be more than $20 or $30 for a whole course of treatment for like an antibiotic or some type of other relatively common medicine. Versus in the US, you go to an urgent care, you're not walking out of there spending less than $300 or $400 typically.
Yeah, they even do insulin management at those little consultorios, as they call them. They do insulin management, cholesterol management, all kinds of things that they do at those little consultorios for not very much stitches. You need like basic stitches.
And to clarify, this is not like an insurance copay. This is just anybody can walk in paying cash. And yeah, if you cut yourself or something, you need stitches. I think it was about $6 or $7. And you got like the $3 for the doctor visit, another $7 for the stitches. So you're in and out for less than $20. Whereas that in an emergency room or an urgent care in the U.S. would probably be over $1,000. It's insane what's happening or what's been happening with the medical system in the States for a while.
Yeah, it's interesting. Banking, Mexico, really inefficient. Lots of red tape, pain in the ass. Healthcare, they got that one figured out. So
yeah, it's our pros and cons.
Pros and cons. All right, let's talk about gym, yoga classes, things like that. Right now I'm into running, so that's free.
Yeah.
I don't have to worry about a cost. In terms of yoga classes, we have a really nice studio about 3 blocks from here where we take our holistic healing classes. And I think for like a month membership, I was just doing the math the other day. It was like $30. It wasn't anything like crazy.
Yeah, to do a class a week.
To do a class a week. It wasn't anything crazy. And then the gym, we were going to like one of the nice gyms, like one of the luxury gyms with steam rooms and jacuzzis and classes and brand new
$75
equipment
each.
and a pool to
Yeah.
do laps in, and it was like $75
$75
each. which I used to pay $200 for a gym in Miami
Yeah.
at a hotel with a really tiny little gym and not a whole lot of equipment. Maybe I could do 4 classes a month of bar or yoga, or I forgot what the other thing was. Um, and maybe get a massage or something once a month, and I was paying over $200 a month.
Yikes.
Yeah.
It's tough right now up there.
And that was a few years ago, so it's probably worse now. And then I think we talked about this a little bit, spa treatments, but we didn't really talk about facials or
Oh
any
yeah,
other
facials
things.
here,
Yeah.
like roughly, at least in Guadalajara, will run you anything from about $15 to $30, depending on where you go. Maybe a little more if it's a really, really fancy place, but you're not likely going to be spending anything more than $40 to $45 max on a facial, and a
I'd
really good
actually
one too.
never had a facial until I came to Mexico, and you got me one the day
You're welcome.
after I landed. Or if I'm
You needed
misbehaving,
it.
if I'm misbehaving, or he notices I'm very stressed out and anxious. Say the story. It's a funny story
Which
when the
one?
electricians were here and you banned me.
Oh, yeah. So when we first rented this place, we realized that the entire house was wired backwards. The breakers were on the neutral wires instead of the live wires, and the switches would basically, you'd switch something off, but there was still electricity running to them, and then there was no ground wire. So we basically had two Argentine electricians here for about 3 weeks on and off, and Amanda was just like over it. She's like, I cannot deal with this
My anxiety
anymore.
levels were like up
Yeah,
there.
because you know,
Yeah.
there's like these guys here,
Chaos
holes
everywhere.
everywhere, taking.
Money.
It was a lot.
Trying to run
Oh
a
yeah,
business. It
lot
was
of cash invested in
it was
this
crazy.
this project too. Thank God we're on year 2 now of this house, so it's starting to pay off. But yeah, it was crazy. So I banished Amanda to the spa, and I sent her off for a spa day with I think a facial and a massage, and it cost me
This is why I'm married.
less than $50. Yeah, I'm a catch, but it was like less than 50 or $60 for the entire little spa day.
Yeah, I was basically very anxious. I was not being helpful at all. I just felt chaos all around me. And he noticed and he basically WhatsApped the spa, was like, "What facials do you have available?" And he comes to me and he's like, "I got you a facial. It's for 5 o'clock. Bye. Get out of here.
Sayonara.
Get out of here." And I felt much better after
Yeah.
the facial. Thank you. Oh, laser. We didn't talk about laser. Because laser can get pretty pricey in the United States, couple grand,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, here things like that are a lot cheaper too, depending on the region that you need. You're talking usually anywhere from about $200 to $400 for the entire thing. That's like for unlimited sessions. Uh, so you compare that to the US, usually you're spending a couple $100 per session. And you might need 10, 20, 30 to get it all done, depending on what you need. And so here it's a third, sometimes as little as a fifth of the cost. So you're saving a lot of money on that as well.
Yeah.
Everything here in terms of personal care and all that is cheaper. Pretty much everything is cheaper, period. But anything that's like medical or spa or self care is like significantly cheaper because there's a lot less regulation. But I still see things as pretty safe. I mean, they have good machines, they have trained people.
Everything's sterile.
Yeah, in fact, the
Sterilized.
nicer equipment and facilities and things that I've seen here for a lot of these personal care and spa places than many places in the U.S. They're very well run, very well taken care of, and there's an abundance of cosmetic and medi spa people. So if you need spa, you need work done, you need massages, plastic surgery, anything in between, like Mexico is not a bad
Botox.
place.
There's a lot of that in the neighborhood.
Oh yeah, Botox.
Yeah.
You can get that for a few dollars. I mean,
Yeah.
but from an actual doctor, not just like someone on an alley, you know, so in a sketchy alley somewhere off the
Don't
corner.
do that.
Yeah, no.
Don't do that. Do not recommend. So that's our video on self-care costs and personal grooming costs in Mexico. I mentioned in another video that for me, well, for both of us really, these things are really important, and what's going on in the United States right now is that people keep decreasing their standards of living, and then life just becomes kind of miserable because all you're doing is working and not enjoying yourself and not taking care of yourself. When you move to another country with a much lower cost of living, it's a lot easier
Yep.
to take care of yourself, which is one of the reasons why we recommend it as one of the ultimate life hacks on this channel. So if you guys like this video, go ahead, give it a thumbs up, share it out so we can reach our goal of reaching 1 million entrepreneur expats and aspiring entrepreneur expats. If you're interested in moving to Mexico, make sure to download our Moving to Mexico guide below and leave us a comment below. If wherever you are right now, US, Canada, we have people in Europe who watch this channel, other Latin American countries.
How much you're paying for
How
self-care
much
and
are
how
you-
you feel about it.
How much are you paying for self-care and how do you feel about paying whatever you're paying? Leave it in the comments for us below so we can start our own thread like I saw on Facebook. Thank you so much for being here and we'll catch you guys on the next one.
Ciao for now.